Namaskar, I am Dr. Manaan Gandhi, MD in Ayurveda, and today we are going to talk about heart diseases, specifically heart attacks. So many people, even in a very, very young age, where we wouldn't believe that they would have a heart attack and die, but it's happening all around us. We've blamed the vaccines, we've blamed this, we've blamed that, but let's get into the details. Let's get into the nitty-gritties of why it happens according to Ayurveda. Before we get into the details, there are a few concepts that you need to understand. The first concept is, as human beings, we do not exist merely with this one gross body, but we are a combination of three bodies. The gross body is the one that you see. The subtle body is through which the energy in the body moves. It can be visualized using Kirlian photography. You have channels that the acupuncturist, acupressurists use. And the third body is the causal body, which stores all our karmas. The thing that ties these three bodies is Oj, also known as Ojas. Oj is like a thread. It ties all the three bodies together. And the minute the thread breaks, you separate from your body. Hence you leave your body or you die. Oj is formed from reproductive fluid. You could equate Oj to stem cells. There are two types of Oj or two types of stem cells. There is embryonic stem cells, which is known as para Oj or superior Oj. And there is an adult stem cell, which is apara or inferior Oj. The embryonic stem cells are made during conception. So you cannot make them any further. They are already made. Ayurveda says that they are exactly 6 drops in quantity and they are in the heart. Adult stem cell, however, can be made. How is it made? When the sperms for males or when the ovums for females do not get used, the sperms break down and they form more and more Oj. So Oj is essentially formed from our reproductive fluid. The more the Oj that is formed in the body, the stronger our body is. Which is why a lot of things you can now, put 1 plus 1. People who keep breaking their muscles in order to build more muscles in the olden days were the Kushti guys. They used to be Hanuman Bhaks or they used to be Brahmacharis, which means they used to keep their reproductive fluid from getting wasted. Which means they had more Oj or more adult stem cells. What is the role of an adult stem cell? It forms any tissue that it is required to form, because even though it is not totipotent, which means it cannot make the entire human being, it can still make, it is pluripotent, it can still make a lot of tissues. So for example, if I am breaking my muscle tissues, which part of my body will make that muscle tissue again? The reformation of those muscle tissues will be the stem cells that will come in and form muscle tissues, because as I said, stem cells can make different tissues. So keeping Oj is very, very, very important for anyone who's breaking down their tissues, which is why these people who used to do Kushti are Brahmacharis. What are the things that destroy Oj? Number 1 is alcohol. All the 10 properties of alcohol are exactly the opposite of the 10 properties of Oj. Which means that the more alcohol consumption a person does, even if it is medicinal in nature, it will start destroying Oj. Secondly, if you don't hold on to your reproductive fluid and if there is excessive sexual activity, that means that your body is not forming enough Oj, and as there is wear and tear in the body, your stem cells are obviously going to come in and start repairing your body. But with very minimal new formation and more of utilization, the overall reservoir that you have of Oj will start going down and down and down. So there won't be enough repository. Once your inferior or apara Oj is used up, your body starts using up your para or superior Oj. That, as I said, is 6 drops in the heart. The minute that gets over, your body will leave. You will immediately drop. Which is why you've seen so many patients, so many people who are fit, who've been absolutely fit, they've been working out regularly, they've been running, they've been walking, they've been doing marathons, suddenly drop. Either they're alive, they need to go to the hospital, or they pretty much die on the spot. The reason why youngsters are having heart attacks is because you're asking your body to remake different tissues while not conserving enough OJ in the body. So where does vaccine come into all of this? What is a vaccine? A vaccine is when you're introducing a foreign body into our bloodstream or into our body, asking our OJ or our stem cells to create immunity from it. So we're using up our OJ, and if we've used up our OJ, then the chances of you dropping is always going to be higher. The chances of cardiac issues are always going to be higher. How do we then increase OJ? We can increase OJ by number one, consuming more good quality desi cow's ghee. Desi, not Jersey, because that is a superior form of cow's ghee available to us. So the first thing you can do is have more desi cow's ghee, good quality cow's ghee. That will really help your OJ go up. The second thing is a lot of people have started using Arjun for increasing their heart health without knowing how to use it. Arjun should always be used with milk. So there is an entire process of how you make this medicine called Arjun Kheer Pak. You can find these on the internet. I'm not going to go into the details of how you make it. But people don't know that after consuming Arjun Kheer Pak, do not consume water for about 45 minutes afterwards, or else it can be dangerous. The next thing that you can do is brahmacharya. Don't indulge in excessive sexual activities when it's not required. It's very important to preserve whatever Shukra Dhatu that you have. Shukra Dhatu is your reproductive fluid. If in case there are a lot of blockages in the heart that is leading to any of these problems, you can use something called as Rason Kheer Pak, where you, instead of Arjun, you use garlic with the milk. That is also very helpful when it comes to blockages. And there is a Panchakarma therapy that is very commonly prescribed but extremely effective, and it's surprising that very few people know about this. It's called Ridh Basti, wherein you basically pour adrak or ginger juice in this area and you maintain it. It's a Panchakarma therapy. So you could even consider these things in order to increase the heart health. You can also put cow's ghee 3 drops into both your nostrils once a day to reduce stress, and that also has a very tangible impact on your heart health. And a simple relaxing massage specifically on the head with oils is also very important. Shirodhara is also very important. So you could do so much for the heart to prevent a problem, or if you know that there's some problem that's already started, there are ways that you can tackle them in Ayurveda that are non-existent in other therapies. So I feel that if you're suffering from any heart issues, or if you know anyone suffering from heart issues, and if anything that I've said here makes sense or has added any value, consider pressing the like button. Comment if you have any specific question. I would love to answer them. Share this with your family and friends, because almost no one knows this. And you can consider subscribing if you really want to look at new videos. You can press the bell icon if you want to know as soon as they are live. And this is Dr. Manaan Gandhi signing off. Thank you.